having me. I'm from Chile. I don't speak very well English, but I'm going to do my best. I'm a digital artist. So I've been doing for, I think, the 5 years, a lot of visuals with TouchDesigner, a little bit of sometimes with Notch, but then I hate it. And right now I'm learning Unreal and learning shaders. So for a long time, I've been creating these, I don't know, crazy things. But for me, it's something is simple. It's like a shape and the material and displacement and try to move and see what happens. And the cool thing, because I love movies, I want to move the camera and put in a specific position to see what, I don't know, it's like what I can see. And at the beginning, it's always black and white, textures. And again, this is a torus with a specific material, a torus with a specific material, a lot of feedback and things like that. And play again with different type of materials. It's the same, torus materials. But the cool thing that I like to, I don't know, put myself to create many things is what happens if we paint the background, for example, seeing like organic things and play with the music. This was a piece for a museum in Chile. So it's like color and try to experiment in different things, in different techniques. This is you can ask me, it's like, this is noise with displays, noise and display, many displays, and around circular, so you can see it's like growing. And the cool thing, you can apply color and you can create like organic things. And at the same time, I explained that I did things with Notch. I can tell this story because I think it's cool to when you approach to a new software and try to understand, because I like the organic things. And you can see it's nice, transparent thing that is very difficult to do in TouchDesigner. But I create things, organic things. I create particles. I did the cool thing. I did an exposition when you have this amazing organic thing. It was a dancer, and they put water in the floor, so you can have this like reflection thing. What else? And then I think it was I did this project, and then I end doing Notch because obviously it's expensive, it's cool, but I think TouchDesigner give you the sense of like you're building things. Notch was too easy. It's like in 5 minutes I create a beautiful thing, but with TouchDesigner it's like you create and create. It's like, I don't know, something that I liked a lot. And I think it was in 2022, Richie Hunting, I don't know, famous DJ that I didn't know in that point, invited me to the Prada Extend Miami. And I think that was my first live show because I started doing TouchDesigner in 2020. I'm new in this. But the cool thing was TouchDesigner gave me the opportunity to create many things. I did a collaboration here with Ela Minus. It's a Colombian singer and songwriter. And believe me, it was 3 days, very crazy. It's like, Paula, come here, do something. 3 days, like, okay, bye, and leave. I was there. Was very, very crazy thing because it was Prada, and that is crazy, believe me, crazy things. The cool thing that I like that about that experience is I like create reactive things in real time. So invite me in Chile, the Meetup event. So I create these, I don't know, particles, they work in real time. I don't have a video because it's real time. It's like works, I don't know, in that moment. But the cool thing, I try to put, I don't know, myself into particles and see what happened with that. At the same time, I've been creating things on about with particles, doing for video clips or for artists, and try to, I don't know, try to connect with the music and play with that. Continue. I think for me, when you ask me what you create, Paula, is like, I think I create objects. I like to put a square, an object, and try to see what happened. Everything is in the center. And the cool thing about this is instancing a lot of sphere. Be careful, your computer could explode. But the thing is, I did a collaboration with a duo in Chile. They call Trimix, and they work with light. And we put lasers, and we put a MIDI controller, and the people can press a button. You have a specific sound, and you can change the visual. But it was cool to see finally, because that is the thing. I can create many things, but everything is just in a square or in Instagram or wherever. But see that in a big screen was nice. But the question is, I've been doing this a lot. I've been working. Right now I'm doing a talk about this. But I think the beginning, it wasn't very beautiful or good. And I'm from the old school. I learned ActionScript. I've worked with Flash for many, many years. And then I jumped to processing. And I want to share with you, this is my first visual in processing. And you can see it's black and white, has circle there, rectangles. But I didn't understand anything too much about code, because I have a degree in graphic design. So it's like how I can create things with code. So I think everyone start with just copy and pasting code. And for me, it was doing that, try to understand, changing a few numbers to understand what is cosine and sine. So like, what is that? And copy and paste and again and again and again. But I think for me, I tried to understand the code and I want to do different things, when I discovered this artist, is Zach Lieberman. I think maybe a lot of you knows. And he teach in a school a long time ago, the School for Poetic Computation. And I decided to go there. You can see there, Zach there, and me very, very happy, because it's like, believe me, I asked too many things to Zach. He taught a lot of open frameworks, so it's different languages, but it's similar as math. So it's like I understand a few things in processing. So I started creating things, because in that moment I understand code, and I started creating many, many things, like bringing a lot of visuals and again particles, then, I don't know, text, and again. It's like repeating. But as you can see, all these visuals, again, black and white, no depth. It's simple as math. But the problem for me was, again, how I can continue creating things. And I think, for a moment, I thought maybe the code is not my thing. Maybe I'm not too, I don't know, smart to do it. But I think for me, the best thing was say hi to TouchDesigner. Was in 2019, a friend of mine did a class in TouchDesigner. Was 3 hours class. And this is my first visual. Horrible, but the thing is, I'm still doing the same. Painted the background, a sphere, maybe I changed for a torus, but displacement every time. But again, I started copy and follow tutorials. This is, I think, Billion tutorial, maybe the other is Simon. But it's like the same again. It's like repeated. How I can continue create amazing things. So I remember Sad had this, he explained that he posts every day a visual. So I decided to do the same. So what I did, I create rules. And I started first upload 1 visual per day. The visual must be a video of at least 30 seconds. Then try to make the video loop. First learn how to create a loop. I didn't know in TouchDesigner. I think I asked to TouchDesigner how to create it, but yeah. And then, regardless of the outcome, always upload a daily video. Then try to apply color and don't be afraid of it. It's like, if you don't know about color, it's like, okay, just do it. And try to enjoy the process. But I think the most important rule is dedicate an hour daily to TouchDesigner. And I remember I started in 2020, February 14th. But that day, and it started with the same thing, a torus and displacement. But I tried to change the point of view of the camera, what happened with texture, what happened with color, and then change what happened with different ramp and try to see what happened. What happened if we mix 3D objects with the background and change again the material, exploring again the material and again and again and again, and then learning instancing. And I won't deny it. It took time to understand. But the cool thing, I watch again new tutorials. I remember Paulo did a workshop about all these creatures because he used shaders and I like it a lot. So I create a lot. And then the cool thing is when you understand something, you can return, use instancing here. And I can tell you with this specific visual, my computer died many times because I think I talked with Billy and he explained me, no, Paula, you put many spheres there and many channels and computer is like too much. But I did a video, so yeah. And then try to challenge myself to move away to the sphere or the torus and try to paint the canvas. And again, returning to shapes and then again painting the canvas. Obviously, try to jump into reactive things like that. This is simple. Instancing a lot of spheres. Yeah, this is simple, moving the camera, whatever, but try to understand how the elements can work and move. Right now, I'm learning shaders. Again, I think I'm trying every year and I quit many, many times. But the cool thing I think right now is like I understand. I started in two ways. First is 2D. If I understand 2D, I can jump to 3D. And this is the things that you can check in my Instagram that I try to. It's like, oh, cool. Shaders, Ray Martin, 3D. Now I understand. Right now it's like, oh, was not too complicated. But maybe it's time just process and create things. I've been posting a lot. I think 2020, 2021 was that I post a lot. Right now it's like, I don't have time, sorry. But the thing is, if you ask me, it's like, Paola, how many visuals do you have? For me, I like to take a picture of this screen. That is, I have my folder with right now 95 topics. And I think each of these projects, maybe you can find in one 6 visual, another maybe 27. So maybe at least I can have an 850 visuals, maybe. And I think in that point I decided, because I'm from Chile, singing in Spanish is not too popular for TouchDesigner. Everything is in English. In Chile, just the 2% of Chile just speak in English. So I decided to share my knowledge into language. I do it in Spanish and in English. So you can, I have a Patreon and a YouTube channel, so you can check and learn new things that I create. You can learn things like that. It's the same that I do. It's like, you can do it, copy and paste, and try to modify and learn. So it's material, instancing, PBR, transferring things, I don't know, some noisy lights, Ray TK that I like it a lot. I don't know, fluffy crystal things, and twists, organisms. And I think the yellow is the last one that released tomorrow, I think. Yeah, particles. So you can check and see that a lot of things. And the bottom, I did just in case, a workshop about TouchDesigner for beginners. It's in Spanish. But I think probably I'm going to release the version in English next month. So yeah, you can check. And for the time, because I don't have too much, but I'm going to share a few tips, because I think of a lot of you, when you want to create things, you ask you, maybe I need a complex things, like how I start creating things. So I want to share like a recipe about how create a visual. So I think first, you need to select an image. Any image could be a sphere, could be, I don't know, a rectangle or whatever. But in this case, we're going to select the banana. Okay, we have our banana. Nice. What do we need to do? Add movement. An easy way to do it, you can add a displacement and a noise. And you can add here an ABS time animation. So you deform the banana. And then you can add a mirror or blur, so no one is going to recognize there is a banana. And then we're going to fill the environment. Easy way for me is use the feedback. So we can paint, like, I don't know, a shadow or whatever. And then you change the brightness, saturation, and color. So we change something like that. And then it's important that give you that truly no one is going to recognize the banana. And then we add details. And I liked a lot to add the edge for details. And the cool thing, you can create things with a banana, just add. So that is the tip. It's like sometimes it's not just too complex. Sometimes it's just, so this is the recipe. This is the network. It's not too a big network. But it's at movement, you have, I don't know, LFO, timeline, pattern, then the form, the image. And we have displace, mirror, blur, and feedback. Then change or add color. You have, I don't know, level, lookup. I use a lot of lookup. And that details. And for detail, you have luma, blur, grain, and edge. So with that, you can create, I don't know, things like that. So the idea of this pick is an invitation to just, if you can create something, it's just time, process. It's a lot of, believe me, it's a lot of process and tried and tried and tried. Maybe you can create something that you don't like. It's okay. I have a lot of that. But yeah, I think with dedication, you will achieve what you want. So thank you. Questions? There in the pad. Can you repeat? Sorry. Oh, I don't have access that yet. But maybe it's because I'm shy. Maybe I need to send an email to Isabel saying, "Hi, can you?" But yeah, I talked with Simon about that. But yeah, I need to. Yeah, and I need time. Right now, I came from Chile because for a job, so it's like maybe I don't know. But right now, it's like because if you ask me, I like to learn many things. I love softwares. I started with, you can ask me, like I started with ActionScript, Flash, then I know JavaScript, HTML, processing Python, many things. Like, okay, right now it's Unreal and shaders. Then when I got it, maybe I'm going to go to that. But yeah, I'm looking at that. I think it's very nice. More questions? One. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I think at the same time I teach. I've been teaching virtual reality for a long time, and I think a lot of students ask me the same. And I think for me, when I finish something, I go to sleep. Because I don't know, I'm work at night. When I'm focused, it's like 9, and like I don't know, I create something and go to sleep. If I woke up and then I see again the visual and see like I really like it, it's like okay, it's okay. But if not, it's like maybe not. So I think time is very important. Even when you want to create something, for me, I think I spend not too much time in TouchDesigner. First, I need to think. It's like, okay, right now, I don't know, it's like right now I'm working with organisms. So it's like first I need to research. I need to see image, I need to see what I want to create. And after that, I sit and create. So I think for me is that wait and then see it again if I like it or not. Sometimes it's like I like it a lot and post it and then, oh, it's horrible. But for me, there are a few, I don't know why, but for me, I don't like yellow and green. I don't know why, but there are things for me, it's like maybe blue thing, I don't know. But yeah, give time and see. Yeah. Question, I think, but yeah, sorry. You say with the woman that, okay, okay, Cecile. I think depends. First, depend of the client. Sometimes a few clients give you a few tips. Sometimes with this client right now is my boss, but the cool thing he gave me is just, this is a music, do whatever you like. He give me a lot of months to do it. But for me, it's like I need to have, I need to feel a connection, something. It's like, what is this sound? Okay, is that Northern music? Maybe they're talking about, I don't know, a spirit. What is a spirit? And maybe it's like, I don't know, what is that? Sorry, I thought in the, I don't know how to say, the animal from Harry Potter when you have this creature. So it's like, oh, like it's like, I don't know, a light, something like that. So I decided to use particles. And then it's like, okay, particles. How I need to reach about particles, what I need to create or whatever. And then in later think about color. I think color for me is the finished things, because if it works in black and white, whatever color you're going to use is going to work. But for me, I need to feel something. And maybe I could be a month just listening to music and then try to, I don't know, I prefer to walk. For me, it's that walk. I don't know, be with my dog and I don't know, nature or things like that. And that it's like, okay, I know if I don't know, even I sit to the computer, it's like, I don't know, it's like waiting time. So for me, it's first research and then I think connection. Well, I think it's connection, research, and then do it. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, no more question? Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, one more. Um, oof. I think depend of what. For example, I think one of the things that take me time, it still take me time to understand is particles, because you think about particles with, I don't know, it's velocity, friction, many things. So for me, depending when it's a hard topic, I try to, I don't know, learn by, I don't know, step one. I understand this. Okay, I got it. And then I try to open TouchDesigner and start from nothing. It's like no tutorial, nothing. And try to, it's like create something and think, okay, I want to create this shape and try to do it. If I can do it, okay, I understand. If not, it's like something is missing. For example, with shaders, I think it's, I don't know, I've been tried for, believe me, many years. And I watch a video and I think finally understand. And the other day, I think was, I don't know, last month, I was coding and I asked myself, I want to delete the background. I think I need to subtract this with this. And I did, and I worked, and believe me, it was there in me. Like, and in my apartment, I understand. But yeah, I think when what that happened is like, I got it. I think I can create something by myself and do something. When it's not, it's like, it still needs time for do that. But the cool thing, when I understand something, I try to share that in my tutorials. And I think one of the scariest thing that for me when I decided to create tutorial was maybe I don't have the enough knowledge to do it. But the cool thing, I think I talk, I don't know, with someone else, it's like, the cool thing is when you decided to post every month a tutorial, it's like you put yourself to learn new things. Like, okay, I know next month that what I'm going to create, and I try to research and learn and learn and learn. And the cool thing with the tutorials, I've been learning too. It's a process. So I'm learning, you learning, everyone learning. So yeah, oh, that's, yeah, right now, yeah. Thank you.